Alright. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Interviewer. Today I have a very special guest with me, 4everfreebrony.
Hello, I'm 4everfreebrony, glad to be here.
I have probably been trying to get an interview with you, I think, for 3 to 4 years, if not longer. I don't actually remember when your missionary trip was. But for about a little bit before that, I found your channel. I think it was, what video was it? It was, not The Last Twilight. It was, the song with Twilight and, Spike. And Twilight was sending a message to Celestia. Thought I'd let you know. That was it.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
That was my first introduction to your entire music, and I think it's one of your oldest songs, too.
It is one of the older ones, yeah.
And then it
was
recreated.
About a year after, it was almost a year after I started making pony music, because I started in 2013.
Oh, yeah, and then your Open Your Eyes, The Final Twilight, the original. Chant to Immortality was definitely one of the very beginning songs that I got into.
Yeah.
From Here is one of my favorite songs, to be honest.
I'm glad you like that one.
Yeah.
It's an underappreciated song.
It really is such a thing. Like I have a super interest for Michelle Creeper and Apple Bloom specifically, because I've been watching them for about 9 years. So seeing that song, especially from 5 years ago, which was kind of hyped around the CMC kind of time inside of MLP, was like super big for me. It was super interesting. I absolutely adore your channel.
Thanks,
anyway,
man. Glad you like it.
So if you'd like to introduce yourself for the people who haven't seen your channel before, haven't such?
So, sure, yeah. So, again, I'm 4everfreebrony, but you can call me Goonie because it's easier to say.
Goonie!
I don't know, I'm sort of an acoustic musician who likes to do mostly just hand-played instruments, and I write sad songs about... I write sad songs about happy topics and happy songs about sad topics, and I'm seen in the fandom as like one of the most collaborated musicians in the entire fandom.
Yeah, you've done a lot of collaborations. You've done with El Monte, you've done with Chi-Chi and Giggly, which I also interviewed. If you guys, viewers, if you want to see those two, I actually did the interviews for Christmas present for Garrison so many years ago. But you've also done it with El Monte, you've done it with Black Griffin, super cool guy, does a lot of, what's it called, not in reaction, how do I not remember what they're called, impersonation videos, really cool.
Yeah, he does a lot of impression videos.
I think you did one with Prince Whatever as well, at one point or another.
I've done about 3 with Prince Whatever, but they were all very small parts. He asked me for two small parts for 2 different songs, and I asked him for 1 small part for one of my songs. So it wasn't necessarily they weren't necessarily collaborations, but it was just like I helped him out with 2 songs, he helped me out with 1 song, and it was.
That sounds like
I
all
call
fun.
it necessarily collaboration, but we have worked together 3 times.
And then probably the most collaborative song on your entire channel is Good Girl cover from Tombstone, which...
It's one of them, yeah.
God, that's a lot of people.
That's right.
2,
13 different vocalists. 13 different vocalists for that song.
I'm so sad. I was hearing Lubcake in there, and she had 1 line in the entire...
Yeah, that's right.
Did she have any issues with that?
No, not at all. I mean,
really?
there were several singers in there, actually, who had only 1 line. The only ones who actually got to repeat their lines were the girls who sang in the chorus. The part that's like... what was that? I can't remember the beginning line in the chorus. But yeah, cause they just wanna hurt me, stop me. Anyways, but that line, those are the only lines that are repeated. So those were the only girls who actually got to repeat their line.
Chi-Chi did one of those chorus lines, didn't she?
That's right. Correctly. She does the ending line for every chorus.
Nice. Yeah, because I was listening to that, and I heard her voice, and I heard Giggly's, and I'm like, God, this is amazing.
That
Like
was such
everything you
a
put
fun
out.
collaboration.
Everything you put out is amazing.
Thank you.
My absolute favorite, and this is probably one of the biggest questions that I've seen pop up on your channel consistently over and over again, is from your viewers, is the chant series. Now, I've been here since you posted the very first chant of Chant to Immortality, and I've loved Chant to Mirth, not quite as much Chant to Immortality, but Chant to Benevolence, that shot the ball right out of the park, my dude. It was so good. I literally keep listening to it. I think I played it during one of my D&D sessions as well at one point, which I recorded for like Fallout Questia. It's super big.
Thank you.
But those are only 3. So I know you've been working on a couple more. I've seen you reply every now and again in your comment section of the other 3 chants that you've actually written out.
Yeah, so I actually have written all 3 of the rest of the chants, and I've recorded 2 more of them, so I only have 1 left.
Ooh, yeah.
So
Dude, you have no
yeah,
idea how excited that makes me. You no
it's
idea.
actually they're super. They sound super good. However, they're not featuring Chi Chi because she doesn't have time to do much more with me anymore. But
Oh.
they are featuring 2 really excellent vocalists.
Huh?
The first one, the one that's coming up for Chant of Selflessness, the Rarity Chant.
Oh, nice.
It's featuring Memjay.
Oh,
She
that's so
is.
cool.
She actually did the Celestia voice in my recent hit
Yeah.
song called "Who Knows,"
Which
and
is
she's
super popular on your
in my
channel, if I
opinion.
remember
Yeah,
correctly.
I know it's getting extremely
Like
popular.
it like blew up. Let's see if I can
It
find it real
literally
quick.
that is the fastest. That is the fastest any of my songs have ever hit.
Yeah, you post that too. You're
100,000.
like, this is amazing. 153,000 views from 5 months
That's
ago.
right.
God,
That's right.
that is
But yeah.
massive.
Anyways, so yeah, Memche is going to be singing that as Rarity's part.
Very nice.
And there was and also in the next one, Chant of Truth, Applejack's Chant, we have Nami, who she sang in a more I guess semi-recent song of mine. I posted about a year ago called "When Morning Has Come" on a
I think I remember
a
that.
3-song
Yeah.
small 3-song album called The Great Division.
Yeah.
But
I remember
yeah,
hearing
it's
that.
sort of this song of hope kind of thing. It sounds similar to what the chants would sound like, but more Celtic feeling. Anyways, but yeah, she's going to be singing on it. She has a really nice voice, and
Very nice.
she sounds very, very good for that song. And the whole thing is actually done. But the last
nice.
So the last one that I have to record is Chant of Allegiance. That's Rainbow Dash's chant, and
Dude, your
Memji
naming
will also be
skills
singing
are
on that one.
amazing. Okay,
Thank
first
you.
off, your naming skills are just off. Are you like a writer or something? Like legitimately, like your writing skills are amazing.
Well, I mean, I have a lot of. I do know how to write stories, and I do have a fairly large vocabulary. My grammar is horrible, but like,
Hey, I'm an English major, so yeah.
nice. So, but yeah, I don't know. I studied Spanish for like 3 years or so, and so in studying Spanish, I learned more about my own language, and I also just, of course, I read
missionary
scriptures
trip,
a lot, so understanding old English is actually very helpful and helps you learn bigger words. So
I had to
and it helps you
study.
speak more profoundly, I guess.
Yeah, I had to study Shakespeare just recently, actually, and wow, so many new words. I mean, made up like 90% of them, but still.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Like your naming skills are just amazing. My favorite mystery working on the farm has been stuck in my head for like a week and a half. I hate you.
Oh, thanks. It's actually not an original song. It's a parody of a song by the Eagles called "Waiting in the Weeds."
That's why
Which
it's
is
so
a
familiar.
much prettier song. Actually, you should listen if you haven't heard. If you've heard "Working on the Farm" and you think that one's pretty, listen to "Waiting in the Weeds" and wait to have your mind blown.
Absolutely, I'll
that one
give
is
that a shot.
so pretty.
Another one that you did. So you've had a couple of albums drop recently. Kind of recently. You've been having them drop lately. Just kind of like constantly putting them out and whatnot. And I think your first one, if I remember correctly, was it directly before or after you left for your trip? I think it was directly before you left for your trip, which was the Blue Skies? No, it was the Pink Skies. Pink on the Moon. Something on the
Pink
Moon.
Side of the Moon.
Pink Side of the Moon. Thank you. Yeah. And you
Yeah,
worked with a lot of people on that. I see Giggly. I see Joe
that's
the
true.
Loaf, Journalist Brony, Wubcake, Magnaphonic. Oh, I didn't know you did one Magnaphonic. Interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
Megaphoric is she's not around in the fandom anymore, but she
mhm,
helped me sing the one song,
mhm.
and yeah,
Nice.
that was definitely my most collaborative project out there. I haven't got. There were probably literally more than 20 people helping out on that album. I don't know.
Jeez.
I couldn't name them all.
Are those hard? Like I've personally done a lot of stuff. I'm currently doing a voiceover work over project for a BIE, Brazilian Equestria by Mandroid. But and so I know like it's kind of hard to get people to give you the lines and get everything sorted. But for you personally, with so many people helping you out and with so many different voices and typically somewhat reliable, is this a difficult job for you? Working all these, getting everybody together, getting the sounds together, working on it, and such like that.
Sometimes it's not necessarily hard, but it can be frustrating sometimes, just a little bit. Like when one person is lacking and they need to get their part to you,
Hmm.
because like for example, there was actually one song that I really needed to finish before I finished off Pink Side of the Moon.
Hmm.
Um, and it was semi frustrating because like the lady was taking so long and I couldn't wait anymore. I was like, I really need that part done. And then like I don't know, something happened between her and one of the other collaborators. I guess somebody called them out on my behalf, and I was like, oh crap. And then she was like, "Man, that was a real jerk move." So I don't know. That's the only like real bad experience
Hmm.
I've had with like collaborating with people. But
Hmm.
other than that, like everything else has been it's been pretty peachy because like the bronies, the brony musicians and brony
Hmm.
singers and whatever, they're actually really good people to work with. Very understanding
Nice.
time wise because they all have separate lives. I happen to be
Hmm.
one of the only ones who does this for a living. Who
Oh,
does this as a job? It's why I post so frequently.
yeah.
Forgive me, everybody, for not posting in like literally a month, but
I think
that's
your
because I've
last
been
one
that's
was
become
exactly a month ago. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, but the reason why I've been waiting is because I've actually been waiting on a collaboration to get done. I've been waiting for a couple of voice acting parts for a cover of the old fandom classic called "The Way She Flies" from Phileo, and it was
Oh, I think I vaguely
it's
remember
actually a
that one.
really catchy song.
Hmm.
Anyways, but yeah, I'm just waiting for a Rainbow Dash voice from someone and a Fluttershy voice from somebody else on that same song.
Nice.
So yeah,
And then, if I remember correctly, you just got engaged as well.
that's
Congratulations
right.
on that, man. Congratulations. Is that impacting
Thank you.
your speed on this as well, or is it just kind of like just slowing it
Not
down
at
a little
all.
bit?
No, actually, no.
Really? Oh, that's
It's actually
cool.
speeding it up because
Oh,
like
that's cool, man.
it's. I mean, it's basically because I'm trying to make a career out of this, and
Hmm.
I need to have a career and a steady income to be able to support a family. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's kind of why that's kind of what that role plays in it.
Ah, so yeah, everything is just kind of picking up for you a little bit and going through that.
Yeah, yeah. Like literally, the only thing that's been slowing me down is the one collaboration. I've just been. Normally, I would post a song or two, like just me
Yeah.
playing piano or something,
Hmm.
to be able to publish something every week because I usually
Yeah.
can just make up a song on the fly. I do these things called Monday melodies,
Yeah. I've been watching a
and
couple of
so
them.
like, yeah, it's just I do those just to basically say that I can that I've posted a song every week, and so it's just for
I'm
consistency's sake.
consistent.
Yay!
I
Yeah,
feel
usually I
I do
post
like
yeah.
daily posts, and so I know the feeling of just not being able to get consistent. It's very difficult. But
Yeah,
I'm sure people like me, we're still. I check your channel every day to see whether or not there's a new song that I can just listen to. I'm constantly listening
it's
to old ones
supposed to
too.
be yeah, it's supposed to be that there's a new song every Monday, but
Hmm.
sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. But if I get vocals from these two parts that I'm waiting
Hmm.
for, then you'll definitely get a song
Oh,
this
absolutely.
Monday.
Hmm. And then I've actually been working on a song for about 4 years now. I
Yeah.
have most of the lyrics done. I keep randomly changing them, but the main difficulty is I'm working like two people, Accused Whole Note and Walrus Blazing. Super sweet dudes. Walrus is a jazz musician, and this is country though, so it's a little bit wanky. But the
Right.
main difficulty that we've been having is we cannot get a bass instrumental. Because I suck at instrumentals, and again, we have a jazz dude trying to do country. And I was wondering, since you're collaborative and whatnot, I was wondering if you would be able to help me with that later. Because it
Maybe,
is a super
yeah.
important song to me. Because actually, I made it while singing for my sister when she was like 3. So it's
That's
a
cool.
kind of important song to me, yeah. But yeah,
Well, maybe if I find
it's also
the
a
time,
duet,
then
too.
definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, it's a male female duet, and it's super sweet song. And yeah, I think it'd be absolutely perfect to have you like help on that since you do play. I don't even know how many instruments. Could you like list off the amount of instruments you play?
Sure. I play about 8 or 9.
Damn.
I play the guitar,
Hmm.
so acoustic guitar, electric guitar. I play bass. I play the drums. I play piano. I play the banjo, the mandolin, the ukulele, and the organ.
Wow, I did not know
And
you
yeah,
played the banjo. That's a
yeah,
really
yeah. I
weird
play
thought to
banjo.
me. I imagine it's very similar
It's
guitar
a
though.
fun one.
Hmm.
It's similar, but it has a different play style.
Hmm.
The concept is the same. The way that you play it is the same, but it has, or the basically the way that you look at the instrument and the music theory about the instrument
Yeah.
is the same, but the way that you play it, like plucking style,
Hmm.
and like the way that you put your fingers on it is just a little bit different.
Would you be able to play your acoustic for either a song you've done or a new song that you want to get like a demo to or something of that sort?
Sure, yeah, I have a song in the works right now that I'm planning on asking for replacers help with.
Oh, nice. He was the guy that did "Thought I Let You Know," right? Or am I
No,
thinking of somebody
no, no,
else?
no. So no, that's somebody else. What you're thinking of is relative pitch. Relative
Ah.
pitch is the violinist.
Hmm.
But no, Replacer is known in the fandom for doing a song called Cerulean Blue, and also the other
Oh,
one
okay.
that he was well known for is Song for an Earth Pony. If you look up his channel, he's my favorite fandom musician.
Hmm.
He's a really good guy to work with, anyways. But
Yeah.
yeah. Let me sing you this song. This is a song that I haven't even written the lyrics down yet, but I should.
Hmm.
I don't know what it's called yet, but it's kind of like coping with trying to cope with the show ending. Uh,
Ah, okay.
yeah,
Never-ending story.
yeah, something like that. Okay, so here we go.
Hmm.
It's kind of a sad one, but it's actually a sweet. It's a nice
It's
sounding
bittersweet.
song. It has a sort of a Pink Floyd style tune. Here goes. Hello, friends. It's time for ponies again. What would we do without them? What would we do without them? I don't know, and I don't want to know. But I guess that I'm gonna have to. I guess that I'm gonna have to. Could this be what I've always wanted? Could this be only how I feel? Could this be why I feel haunted? Oh, I know this can't be real. Oh, oh, want to watch you again. What would I do without you? Oh, what would I do without you? I don't know, and I don't want to know. I guess that we're gonna have to. Guess that we're gonna have to. Could this be what I've always wanted? Could this be just how I feel? Could this be why I feel haunted? Oh, I know this can't be real. Could this be what I've always wanted? Oh, could this be just how I feel? Could this be why I feel haunted? Oh, be why I feel haunted. Oh, could this be I've always wanted? Oh, no, this can't be real.
Dude, you have no idea how much I am grinning right now. That was downright beautiful, man. That was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, just wow. Dude,
liked it.
that is legitimately beautiful. And you could probably name it How I Feel, to be honest with you.
Probably,
or
yeah.
What I've Always Wanted. Either one would work.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. God, that is beautiful, man. And you play amazingly. That was both finger picking and strumming, yeah?
It was just I guess single notes and chords with a pick. It was all with a pick. All with a guitar pick.
Okay. Yeah, usually when I hear people doing dun 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 dun, usually it's with, fingers picking the top down to the bottom.
Like this?
Yeah, instead of using a pick, they usually do that. And hearing the pick really makes a solid difference too. And you have a small echo in your voice whenever you get to a loud enough quality, and that really reverberated the feeling of it too when you did the chorus bit, and that was just absolutely amazing. I didn't think that would capture too well, but that got captured perfectly, man.
Thanks. I'm glad you really liked it.
Yeah. And if you guys want to see the official version, check a link in the episode when it comes out. God, that was beautiful. I legitimately, I'm not trying to throw praise at you or anything like that, but legitimately, that's so beautiful, man. Absolutely.
It's all good. Thank you, man. I'm really glad you liked it.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite kind of music to make? I know you've made a lot. You've made acoustic, you made pure electric, you've made one with the cup song. I think that was Open Your Eyes. You've made ones with piano. You've made, I think you've made the electronic too, almost dubstep wise.
I have made one EDM track. It was just the track that I did with Aviators. I've actually made it. No, I take that back. I've made a couple. The first one that I did was Bound with Time. It was mostly electronic. But the second one that I did that was almost purely electronic throughout the second half of the song was Sometimes with Aviators.
Ah, okay. And then you also did one with Soulstorm at one point too. I think it was Soldiers of the Night.
We've done a couple songs actually. So the first song that we collaborated was the song that he provided for Pink Side of the Moon called Nebula Skater. But the second one that we ever did was it was released after I left, but it turned out awesome. It was called Soldiers of the Night. Yes. I'm planning on
Amazing
actually
song.
remaking that song.
Oh,
I
hell
actually,
yeah.
yeah, I remade the whole thing just by myself
Uh-huh.
and my brother. Slipstorm doesn't do much in the fandom anymore,
Yeah.
but he has done a couple recent things here and there. But still, he has no part in this second one. I showed it to him actually. He was like, "Wow, this is actually really cool." It's more of a, it's less of a. I guess it's still really marchy sounding, but it's
Yeah.
just this one has definitely more of a rock feel to it than the last one did. This one sounds it's got a lot better recording quality, and it's a little bit more slightly bit more down tempo, but it's actually actually really excited for this. It's coming up on my new cover album that I'm waiting to release.
Very nice. Also, if you have any links that you want me to post in the description, just send them to me. I'll add them to it when I get the time.
Sure thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you have how many different things? You have a Patreon, you have your YouTube, you have your Bandcamp, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Bunch of other
So
things as well.
I'm actually literally everywhere on social media as well as on music websites. So you can find me on Twitter, find me on Discord. You can also find me on YouTube and Facebook. I even have a Facebook page, not very popular. I got about like 200 people there. But you can also, I do have a Patreon as well. I got about 30 something patrons right now on
Nice.
Patreon. They're doing amazing and supporting me. I really appreciate it. And
Shout out to the
and
Patreons.
I should be
Ha!
doing better. I should be doing better providing them with the benefits they need.
Mhm.
But also the other places you can find my music, you can find it on Bandcamp. You can also find it on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. You can find it on Last FM. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Deezer, Tidal, pretty much everywhere. Everywhere
God,
except
man.
for Pandora. That's the only one that you can't find.
Pandora's just like, we don't want.
It's just like it costs a little extra to get in there. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. So do you have any, so how many albums have you made so far? You've made, Pink Side of the Moon, clearly. And then you've made, I think, a couple of them with Monday Melodies. I think you made a couple
let's
other
do a
albums.
head count real quick. Let's do
Just
a
so
head
people
count. I'm
know
going
what
to my
they're looking
Bandcamp
for,
page.
you know.
Right. Okay. So with my Forever Free Brony, with my Forever Free Brony name, just my stage name, I've released. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good God.
9, 10. That's all. Looks like that's all the albums that I've released as Forever Free Brony. So that's including Music in the Sky. That's my remastered album of some of my older songs. Monday Melodies Volume 1, The Highest Tower, Emerald Eyes. Emerald Eyes is sort of a compilation of all my Apple family focused songs.
That's mostly for your sister, right? The Wandering Eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Wandering Eyes was written for my sister, but the other one was just it was just written on my own,
I think it was
own
like
will.
Honesty, and then there's one that was inside of like a desert. I think it was. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, Desert of Wishes. That's right.
There you go. Yeah, with Pink
So yeah, I have on that album though there are about 11 different tracks. One of them is one of them is a cover and one is a parody. But yeah, the other albums that I have the Pink Side of the Moon, and then of course the remastered version. And then I have Silhouette Games. I also have Hoping, and I also have Equine Dreams and Stranger Things. And then of course I have the tiny album, The Great Division.
Nice.
So that's 10 in total under my.
And are those all out right now?
Yeah, those are all out. Those are all released. There, you can find them, every single one of them, on Bandcamp. Not all of them can be ordered through CDs. Looks like about 5 of those you can order CDs for. Yeah, about 5 of them. And then there's the other one that you can find on my Garrison Ulrich Bandcamp. So on Garrison Ulrich Bandcamp, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more albums that are like complete.
Mm-hmm.
So Unrequited has a bunch of my Brony tunes, but they're all remastered and also resung to be heard by most audiences. So they don't have any. It doesn't have any like direct references or anything. Small Horses and Other Stuff was my first Brony focused album. And then 54 Degrees was a bunch of redone versions, acoustic versions of my oldest songs from before I started, before I was a Brony. And then Reflections was my second album I ever released, like in history. So yeah, all those ones you can find on my garrisonulrich.bandcamp.com page. Yeah,
I'll link those down below as well if you guys want to go check them out and hopefully do buy them because that is amazing work right here. You've also done one with Feather. I forgot about that one. Time is an Adventure. That was part of your album release too.
Yeah, I've done actually three different collaborations with Feather before, I believe.
She's a sweetheart.
The first collaboration was called Winterfall Over the Acres, and that was
I remember that one so well. I love that one.
Thank you.
Such a good one.
Second one was a parody of Angel by Sarah McLachlan, called Wings of the Rainbow. But our most well known one is Time is an Adventure. Time is an Adventure happens to be on Small Horses and Other Stuff, my first Brony focused album.
Nice. Yeah, so you've done quite a few remasters as well. I mean, you've done From Here remaster, you've done Final Twilight remaster, which was fantabulous. I actually did an interview with the original guy, Matthew Mosier, long time ago. We actually talked about your Final Twilight cover as well. He really liked it.
Thanks. I'm glad because it's really good that you recognize that because most people, it's so sad, but most people don't know that he was the original creator of the song. I made it famous, but he was the original creator.
He's so good. I love his My Cadence, which you also did a cover of. Sad to say, I didn't like that as much as the original, but it was still amazingly done one.
I didn't like mine as much either because it had much better energy, better energy than mine did. I was planning on redoing that one, but the file got corrupted,
absolutely should, man. If you get the right thing with it, dude, it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna love it so much. But you've also done other ones.
Hopefully, the mixing will be much better because the file got corrupted, so I have to restart from scratch. So,
that's
all right.
That hurts. You've also done Thought I'd Let You Know as an acoustic. You've done From Here. I think you've revamped From Here twice now, I think.
I have revamped From Here a couple times now. The second one was just to make the recording quality better. Third one was to go on the Emerald Eyes album.
Yeah. And then speaking of, I think you've also done Wandering Eyes remaster as well. I think you said for some reason, but I don't remember.
It was for the same reason actually. I did that for the Emerald Eyes album.
Okay. Do you have many old ones that you still haven't really done either, still, or you've actually just recently did a Birdsong, which was your very first video on this channel. You've also done Honesty twice now, I think, as well. Yeah, and then you've done Philly's Team as well. Do you plan on doing other ones I don't think you've done Laughter yet. I think you did Bend, but I'm not entirely sure. Gil's Drum Chops you just redid as well. But a couple of them you haven't done, Open Your Eyes. You haven't redone one. I think you haven't redone your Chanted Immortality, which was quite a while ago. So you could probably, after you get all of them out, you could do a redone the first three and get them to the same recording quality potentially.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't actually ever redo Chant of Immortality because the recording quality is actually pretty stellar. I had a girl mix it. So Rain Snow Hail was the original mixer for the Chant songs. She mixed Chant of Immortality, Chant of Mirth, and Chant of Benevolence, and they all turned out amazing. Every single one of them is one of my most popular songs. And so with her mix, she also mixed the original version of Here on the Moon, which also turned out really good. And so
she's an
like
amazing mixer. Sounds glorious.
very, very good. So I wouldn't actually ever redo the recordings of the chant songs, but I have a couple. So for a chant album that I'm working on, I have a couple alternate versions. I have like an acoustic version of Chant of Immortality coming out, and also in the concert version that
you posted that one
provides
recently.
a backing track. I posted that one a little bit ago. It will also be on the Chant album.
And then this is real quick. This is a question I was kind of bothering because I just saw the video. You made Just a Girl about 4 years ago, and I believe you said that was because you had a crush on someone. Is that the same someone that you made your newest video? The what was it called? The Some Strange Reason for?
No.
Aw, that would have been
No, it's
beautiful.
It would have been nice, but no, I actually wrote that song. That was the second song, about the second or third song I ever wrote. That's keep in mind that 54 Degrees, 54 Degrees, the album that song is on is all a bunch of redone acoustic versions. The original version can be found on my first album that was a piece of crap called
Everyone won't go buy that.
Right, yeah. So no, my first album was actually called 45 Degrees, and it was just really, really horrible recording quality. You can, I think, find it maybe in some places on the internet, but not very many.
Someone send me a link to it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's like the second or third track on there. Just a Girl. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, full band instead of just acoustic guitar and whatnot. And it's just, oh my gosh, it's so horrible. But yeah, no, I had a crush on somebody back then, and it was a long time ago, back in maybe 8 years ago or so.
Damn, son. That would have been amazing if it was the same person, too. That would have just been, just like heart-filled, pulling out the heartstrings and whatnot. And then I know, like, we keep mentioning this. I should probably like go into more detail. You left a while ago. I think it was I don't even remember how long ago. You left for a Christian missionary mission. I think like 3 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah, about 3 years ago. Do you want to talk about that? See if you just explain that for people who don't know that you were gone, or for the people who did know you gone but didn't know exactly why or what you've been doing and such like that. I know you have a couple of update videos, but this is like condensed more or less.
Sure. Yeah. So basically, I left in late July of 2014 to go to Argentina to preach the gospel for my church. And it was a wonderful experience, probably one of the best decisions I ever made in my life, because I got to know the culture, got to know the people, got to learn the language. I got to learn Castilian Spanish, which is it's the Spanish that they speak in Spain, but they don't have the sort of lisp that the Spaniards do. They sound more like Italians when they speak. And it was great because honestly, I got to come closer to God and Jesus Christ, and it was really a wonderful experience. And I got to help other people come closer to Christ as well. It was really, really a heartwarming experience because, like, it was humbling as well because, like, I really learned to rely on the Lord, and it was just something that I never really had understood. I got to feel the Spirit, and just never understood until I went on the mission. It was really, really cool. Basically, you get to live out there. You got to live out there on your own with a companion, and you got to learn to do things yourself and take care of yourself. It really, really helps you develop a sense of self-reliance, and also prioritizing, trying to be clean in your living space, and just in general, a really, I don't know. It's a great experience to learn how to be independent, and just wonderful spiritual, and also just good trip to get to know the people as well.
That sounds very wonderful. Yeah,
I did that for 2 years.
If anybody who's watching this wants to, go out and do that as well, it'd be very cool for you to do so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have a couple more questions here, and then I'll let you go, or I'll shove lyrics at you and see if you can think of something for it. So
Sure.
a couple new questions. How many cons have you gone to exactly, and what was your favorite one? Because I think you just recently went to the BronyCon, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Yeah, I just got back from BronyCon.
So, what was your
Um,
favorite con that you've gone to so far?
it depends. Are you talking about all the different cons that I've gone to, or like how many times I've gone to conventions in general?
Let's go with because usually this is a rather narrow topic, but I'm assuming you've been to a lot. So, let's go with favorite non-PonyCon and favorite PonyCon, and
Oh, well, I've never been to a non.
oh,
Okay, I
okay.
have actually been to Seattle Comic Con, Emerald City Comic Con,
Hmm.
but that's the only one really. And I went with my fiance.
Oh, nice.
That
So
was
we
that
just don't
was
put that in
really
your favorite
yeah.
non-PonyCon category there. There we go.
Sure,
Just don't
yeah.
ignore that now.
It was cool because I mean that was cool. That was cool. The main reason
Mhm.
I went was to see this thing called Twisted Tunes. If you
Oh,
haven't seen
nice.
Twisted Tunes with a Z at the end, it's pretty funny. Basically, they get a bunch of voice actors together who can do special voices from shows and
Hmm.
cartoons and whatnot, and they read off scripts
Oh, I think I've
from
seen
famous
that.
movies
Yeah.
in these funny voices. Like
Yeah.
imagine um, like I don't know, imagine someone like Herbert the Pervert from Family Guy doing a voice in Wizard of Oz or something like that. They did stuff like that. It was really funny. The
Do
script that they read off for us was the Wizard of Oz. It was pretty great.
do not mind the man behind the curtain.
Right.
That sounds amazing. So for
Yeah.
your pony conventions, like each of them being different, like BronyCon had like 7 or 8 of them. So just BronyCon is one, and then for every I don't remember the last of it.
Everfree Northwest.
Thank you. Every Northwest is another one. Of those, like all the ones that you've been to, which has been your favorite convention, which I
I'd
had to go to?
say definitely Cider Fest. Ponyville Cider Fest in Milwaukee is my favorite. Smaller one, but they're growing now. They had
Mm-hmm.
1,300 people last time.
Wow.
It's my favorite because we actually had a huge focus on musicians last time we went. We
Mm-hmm.
had about 29 of us, 28 of us
Damn.
there, I think, or so. Something like that. It was like 28 or 38 different musicians. It was a
Jeez.
real good time, though. Real
Mm-hmm.
excellent convention. Got
Mm-hmm.
to hang out, got to do some fun stuff. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty awesome.
So
So yeah, I like
going along
Cider
that
Fest.
vein, yeah, go along that vein. What's been your favorite fan interaction during any of these conventions, or during that one specifically, or something of that sort?
Um, there was a guy who asked me to sign his guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and there's been let's see, um, I don't know. There's been a lot of interactions. Some of them are kind of like they go on and on about stories of their life, and some of them
Mm-hmm.
just like drop off, give you a cool thing for just being you. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've got to the point where like I can't count them anymore because I have gone to loads of
Mm-hmm.
conventions. Like I, I usually I go to the same ones every year, but
Mm-hmm.
still I go to a lot. I've been to at least I usually do like I, I usually intend to do like 3 a year, but I end up going to like 5 a year.
Jeez.
but
Sounds
but
amazing though.
yeah, it is pretty cool. So, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my usuals are so my usuals are now HarmonyCon, Everfree Northwest, GalaCon. I usually go to. I didn't go to it this year because I went to BronyCon instead.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, and Cider Fest. Those are my usuals. So
Nice. Have you ever had like a
so
fan,
yeah.
like a fan direction really stand out to you, like something they did or something they said that like really inspired you or helped you or something of that sort?
Yeah, well, there have been a few actually who said that like I don't know. I guess it's really horrible of me to say this, but like I do kind of get this because of the style of music that I write.
Yeah.
But A lot of people have come up to me and said that like their music has been or the specific album. They usually say this about the Pink Side of the Moon or Hoping. They usually say something like, "This album, your music helped me get through work every day, or helped me get through high school when I was feeling suicidal and depressed." And just like, it's really, really flattering and humbling to see these people who have been able to connect with my music, even without me like making that my base intention. It's very. I've seen quite a few people be able to connect with that, and I don't. I honestly am speechless every time. I don't know what to say to that. It's just like, all I can say is just, I'm glad you like it. It's
really
so cool.
Really humbling. Yeah. Do you have anything to say to any of the viewers who might be going through a really rough time in their lives, or doing something of that sort? Do you have anything like say to them, any encouragements, any suggestions to help them, anything like that?
Sure. Just remember that honestly, you matter and you play a part. You really do have a purpose in existing, no matter who you are, and if you're feeling suicidal or if you're feeling depressed, honestly, just remember that there really is a purpose in you, in living. There really is a purpose in
Continuing.
Yeah, continuing on.
All right. Well, we have two more questions for you. The first one is, do you have any specific other people, specific, what is the one I'm looking for? The people who've worked with you. Collaborations. Yeah, do you have any collaborators you want to shout out to, you want to say thank you to, or something of that sort? You want to like pass the message around or something? Anything you want to say?
Sure. I mean, first off, I just want to say, thanks to Aviators for having a lot of patience with me. He and I are still working on stuff together.
Oh, nice.
And also, let's see. I have two more I would like to shout out to. Also to Eiley Monty for having patience with me, because it was like,
sweetheart.
out of all my lists, Aviators, Eiley Monty, and one other person have been the most patient with me in me getting my parts to them, and me pestering them about getting parts to me. And
Absolutely.
the last one is L Train has been great to work with as well. L Train is for those of you who do not know, he's a heavy metal guitarist,
nice.
and singer and songwriter who is well known for doing the symphonic metal operas. The Royal Canterlot Symphonic Metal Opera. He's the orchestrator of that, and I am happy to be a part of it. He's known for doing a metal opera called Moonrise. And our most recent collaboration, that one, it was done a little bit before I left, I believe. But the most recent one that we did in the symphonic metal opera was what's it called? It's called Pillars of Equestria. I got to play the part of Stygian.
Oh, nice.
And it was a truly an honor to do that. And I don't know, it's just like, they are great people to work with. Eiley Monty, Aviators, and L Train, they are all amazing people to work with. Super patient and super helpful, actually, and motivative as well.
Nice. If you wouldn't mind, would you be able to like pass the message that I really want to interview people. I really want to listen to them and get to hear the stuff I've been asking you questions about, their personal stuff or their professional lives, or fan interactions, or just get the fans to know them a little better, because I imagine that your fans would love to get to know you this well as well. Get to like really see the side behind the screen, so to say. This is still technically a screen, but it's a little bit more real than some of your music might feel, or some of your videos might feel, because we're getting to see kind of the real you side. So if you could like pass it around and say, hey, you want to do an interview or something with me, or that'd be really sweet.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm always looking to do interviews with people, especially people I've been feeling a lot. Al Monte for certain. Nowhere can be fun too. Especially Black Griffin though, because again he's been a very big part of my inspirations and whatnot. So that'd be very cool. And then the last question I have for you is one that I've actually have. It's a consistent question throughout my entire series, and I actually got this from one of my fans. It's if you can create an entire world and a single species to put on that world, they can be anything. The world can be made of magma, or the species can be made of plants. Anything you want. What kind of world and what kind of plant or what kind of creature would you create? A little bit confusing.
No, I know. I understand the question.
Usually blindsides people, so.
No, it's all good. I understand. I understand the purpose of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I don't know. If I were being real, like, if I would really want to, like, make something that's, I don't know. I really don't know what I would put. Like, if I what species I would create. Like,
mm-hmm.
if just like everything on the earth was only one species. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, you could create multiple species or just one species. Usually people just keep it one to keep it simple, but you can really create anything you want. It's if you could create an entire world with anything on it, and the world's made of anything, what would you create? In impossible realities, possible realities, it's up to you. The world is at your fingertips, essentially. Creativity at its finest.
I don't know. I like humans. Humans are pretty great. I'm actually a big fan of God's creations. So honestly, that's kind of the viewpoint that I would take it, because like honestly, he created it for a reason. He knew what he was doing. At least in my point of view, right?
Yeah.
If God knew what he was doing, then like honestly, I would just say humans. We're literally the smartest people out there. I guess if you were to say that, like, if it were possible to create a race that were as smart as humans, or but more durable or more
accepting,
more athletic or something like that, I don't know. I'd create something similar to. I don't know.
A
really
kind
don't know,
human.
Yeah, right. Just just humans.
All right. Well, you create a human. There you go. You now have a human on a planet of green.
All right.
Well, thank you for taking the time and to talk with me and whatnot, do this interview with me, and thank you for sharing the stuff and everything like that. And thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for making your music and everything like that. You really are. It's important whenever I listen to music. It is why I got into a lot of music stuff. I listen to a lot of musical creators and want to create my own music. And the country stuff, actually, I listened to, I think it might have been Honesty or Wandering Eyes or something of that sort. Sort.
Oh, cool.
Or it was one of your country songs. It's one of your more country themed songs. And it's actually where I got the inspiration for the idea for what I'm making, my song that I've been making for about 4 years or so. So
awesome.
From Here, I think specifically was a very important one, as well as Wandering Eyes, because the sisters thing. But so I would say absolutely do what you do. Do what what you love, and create what you gotta create. But always remember that you have someone who will obsessively watch every single thing you post. Yeah, because I've been watching you for like 5 years now, and I ain't gonna stop. So, yeah, just whenever you get down or anything,
Appreciate the
just
support.
remember that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always supporting you. But anyway, so thank you again for taking time out of your day to, talk with me and whatnot. And viewers, go check out everything in the description below. That's all of his links from his Bandcamp to his, anything else he decides to give me, his YouTube as well. Lots of different creators on there, lots of different people on there. Go check them out. Go check out my interview with Giggly, Maria, and Chi-Chi as well, because they're super sweet. I'm probably going to redo a thing with them. And hopefully if I can do Black Griffin too, do that. And check out my most popular videos, which are Mad Munchkin and Sweetie Belle, or Claire Colette, actually. And yeah, if you guys want me to do other interviews as well, just send them messages, say, hey, this guy wants to do an interview with you, we want to know more about you. That is really the best way for me to get interviews with people, is for them to know that their viewers want them to get interviewed. They want to know more about them, and they want to get to know, the other side of them, the side behind the screen, the side behind the personality they put up. Oh, real quick, one actual last question. This is mostly for the viewers actually, but do you make an online persona, more or less? It's like you do interact with people differently online versus in person in terms of videos and everything like that?
Not really. I mean, I interact the same way that I would, honestly, online, like, the way that I would interact with them is exactly the way that I would talk to them. Because I don't try to create some sort of persona. I just am who I am.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to be someone who's fake, I try to be someone who's real,
Mm-hmm.
And I like people to. I kind of care somewhat about what people think of me, but I also try, just be who I am as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm not afraid to like show who I really am in front of people. And it's the same way at conventions too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, if you found me at a convention, I would be talking to you the exact same way I'm talking to you right now. So it's not something I try to hide. I'm proud of who I am, and I have no shame in what I believe.
Nice. Well, viewers, that's what you heard. If you can go find him, go find him. Storm his walking area at conventions, I guess. Just like storm him, fall him by the thousands. Be creepy. Don't be creepy. Just don't be creepy. But anyway, so thank you again for joining me, and thank you, viewers, for watching. Go check out all of his stuff in the description, because there is really awesome stuff. And we will see you guys on the next interview that I do. Auf Wiedersehen.